Good morning, friends. In the last few lectures, we studied different problems related with the design of the springs, that is static loadings, and for fatigue loadings also we see. Today, we are going to see some of the important theory related with the springs. Three theory bits are important. So after that, we can start design of the lip springs. So one important theoretical bits means this phenomena is to be studied is the surge in spring. So what is mean about the surge in spring? So as you know, the springs is likewise springs and here load is applied. So because of the applications of the loads, this is the seat, here also is seat, and this is the loads, and this loads at its axis. So because of the such type of the loadings, what will happens if the frequency, if the natural frequency of the springs or otherwise due to the applications of the loads, here deflections occurs. So first deflections mean the first turns, so after that second turns means adjacent turns, and this will be goes towards the last turns means at the bottom turns. And if the load is the fluctuating types loads, likewise, so that times here wave propagations of the wave occurs. So that is because of the loads. So that travels from top end to the bottom ends, and from bottom ends against according to the Newton's second law of motions. So that travels against. This is due to the fluctuating loads and travels towards bottom sides, and from bottom sides this is travels towards the upward sides. So because of the such type of the transmissions of the waves from top sides and bottom sides, the stresses induced wave forms, and that is because of the formations of the waves in the springs. So the more stresses induced because of the such type of the loadings. So such type of the phenomena occurs in the springs, in the we can call it misapplication. Such type of the phenomena occurs in the guns and in the wall of the internal combustion engines. So in the walls of the internal combustion IC engines, such type of the phenomena occurs. So for that, because of the formations of the waves, so due to the formations of the waves, the stresses induced in the springs, so that is increased as compared to its maybe greater than the its capacity. So because of the such type of the, if the stress is induced more than the strength of the springs, so chances of the failure of the springs due to the surge. So this phenomena are called as a surge phenomena. Surge. And these surgings, so you can calculate. So for surgings, so by using the formula, so this is the natural frequency. Now means here the frequency of the is to be maintained, and the frequency of the virus that is to be maintained than the 15 to 20 times than the frequency of the springs. So this frequency of the springs that can be calculated by using N's into 6G multiplied by G divided by rho cycles per seconds. So because of the time travels and this resonance occurs, the chances about the failures of the springs. So that's why the springs, the natural frequency of the springs, that is to be maintained than the 15 to 20 times the time travels by the resonance. So this D is the wire diameters, capital D mean diameters, N is the number of active turns, G is the modulus of rigidity, and small g is the gravitational force, and rho is the density of wire material. So this is formula, and how you can avoid this surging phenomena occurs in the springs. So by increasing or by varying, by maintaining different pitch of springs as compared to middle turn pitch. Middle turn pitch means by maintaining this middle turn, this pitch at the in the middles, this pitch is greatest, and at the ends this pitch is the smallest. So likewise. So because of the different type of the pitch, so that what may be the resonance occurs, so that may be that in the springs. So this is one, briefly I am writing this, you can refer such type of the points. So for avoid, so these are the remedies for avoid surge phenomena. So this is one. Another is the by providing friction dampers at the outer side of the friction dampers, outer side of springs. So generally at the center of springs. And another third, by using more than one springs means concentrated springs means more than one springs at the outside and another springs in the in between. So that's why whatever may be the loads comes on the springs that shared by the both springs, and if the failures of the one springs, the other springs can take the loads. So that's why this is the third remedies. So concentrate springs means what? That is also we will see. Concentric helical spring. Concentric helical springs means, suppose this is one springs, and another springs that maybe starts, but this as actually springs. So if this spring is, this is left hand, this other springs is right hand helix. Left hand helix means this is right hand helix. This is called a right hand helix. And left hand helix means, so please try to understand this. So this is such type of the things, this is not any lectures explained, and this left hand means left hands. So this is deflected towards right side, and left hand means likewise. So this is the such type of the springs are called as left hand helix springs. So this is deflected towards the left hand, and this is the towards the right hands. So in the concentric helical springs, one springs is the left hand and another springs is that should be right hand sides. In the left hand, and another is the right hand sides. So what is the use of the such type of the springs? Because if the surge occurs, so this load tested and outer rings, suppose this is the outer, this is D1 and this is the D2, and this is the clearance between the two springs. C is the clearance between two springs having diameter D1 and D2. So this is D1, D2 wire diameters, and main coil diameters equal to D1 and D2. And for such type of the arrangements, load shared by this is the outer diameter by first springs should be 2/3 and remaining 1/3 load share by second spring. So how this distributions of the loads? So that depends on the length of the springs. Suppose this is the L1 is the length of the springs, and this L2 is the length of the springs. Means free length of the first springs, this should be greater than free length of the second springs. Free length of the first springs is greater than free length of the, if free length, so here's distributions of the load shared by the both springs are equal, and if this is means, so this is the load shared by the first spring is more as compared to load shared by the second spring. So this is the meaning. So that's why the length of the first spring, that is to be keep more than the length of the second springs. So that's why L1 is this L1 is greater than L2. This is important, it's very important. So whatever may be the ratio of the diameters, so according to that, diameters of the D1 is the diameters of the wires, means design of the springs, that is depends on the other parameters, but the free length, this is the free length also, means free length of the first springs, that should be greater than the free length of the second springs. So according to the, and whatever may be the helix of the, means if the right hand helix above the first springs, so the opposite of the helix is requires for the second spring, and if for on such type of the springs, if the load is occurs, so because of the that surge occurs, so that phenomena can be avoided, and failure of the springs that we can avoid. So such type of the springs use generally in railway, heavy duty diesel engine and aircraft also. So such type of the applications of concentric springs. Such type of the applications of the concentric springs. So now you can understand what is the why concentric type of the helical springs can be used. So and where is the in limited space high load carrying capacity is requires, means where limitation space and more load carrying capacity of the springs is required. So that types, this is such type of the springs we can use. And here's two springs or three springs. So generally, if the three springs means outer, right hands, middle, left hands, and at the centers, this is against right hand combinations. Otherwise, if this is left hand, this is right hand, and this is against, this is left hand combinations is requires. But load shared by the first springs, that should be greatest. So in this case, load shared by springs, this should be, I think this is fourth, seventh, and this is 2, 7th, middle 2, 7, and this is 1, 7th. 4th, 7th by the outer springs, and middle springs 2, 7th, and this is the 1, 7th. So this is the distributions of the loads by the each springs. So according to that, free length above the springs is requires. Next is the springs in series and parallel. This is also important articles. If the springs in series means, suppose this is the top seat, and this is one springs, and here is Olympus, and after that another springs having stiffness. Suppose this is stiffness K1, and this is K1, and this is K2, and this is load. And if this deflections of the springs, delta 1, this is delta 2. So in this case, so when the spring is arrangement of the spring in series, so that's why here's the loads shared by the both materials, the same loads, W load acting on both the springs. And as you know, so K equal to load divided by deflections. So this is nothing but the stiffness of spring or spring rate. So that's why, and total deflections delta equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. So here's delta or K1 equal to this is load divided by delta 1s, and so that's why delta 1 equal to W divided by K1s, K2 equal to W divided by delta 2. This is stiffness for second springs. If both are identical, means there is no inverters. So delta 2 equal to W divided by K2, and K is the combined stiffness of two springs or two springs. Then what is formula? Now this becomes delta equal to PE or divided by K. So that's why here's now delta equal to P divided means yes W by K equal to W divided by K1 plus W divided by K2. So this W will get cancelled and you will get remaining 1 by K equal to 1 divided by stiffness of the first springs, and this is stiffness divided by second springs. And suppose this is springs in parallel. Springs is parallel means arrangement. Suppose this is top sheet and here's loads, and here's another springs, and this is W is the loads, and now deflections delta. So that's why here's what is equations W equal to W1 plus W2. Now here's you can write W divided by K equal to because deflections above the springs this is remains same. Now here's you can write in terms of the loads, this is delta into K equal to delta into K1 plus delta 2 into K2. Since in this case delta equal to delta 1 equal to delta 2, so that's why delta this will get cancelled, and what is remaining K equal to K1 plus K2. So this is the K is the combined stiffness of two springs. So this such type of the small theory articles may be asked during the examinations. So be prepared for that. These are the theoretical bits. So that's why today I stop here, and we'll in the next class we'll continue design of the leaf springs, and after that means we will conduct surprise test. So the schedule for the surprise test we discuss with the Robles. I will send on the your third year mechanicals groups. So after that we can conduct surprise test that is based on the unit 5th means design of the joints and design of the springs. Only design of the springs, not design of the leaf springs. Only design of the springs and design of the welded joint, design of the threaded joints, and some part of the power screws we will conduct simple multiple choice questions, that is on the 1 marks. So the test carry for 20 marks, but 2-3 small questions, that is numerical questions, I will prepare for examinations for surprise test. So be prepared for a surprise test. So I will try to keep that surprise test after discussions with some of the 2-3 students. So if you have any suggestions, that can directly give me, otherwise you can give your friends, so that's why your friends can be contact me. So that's why today I stop here and will continue remaining portions of the leaf springs in the next class. Thank you.